everyone, my name is Tiffany and this is my channel, Who's Your Handmade. Thank you so much for stopping by today. In today's video, it's another edition of Hashtag Friday Sews. If that sounds interesting to you, stick around. As always, thank you so much to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for starting Hashtag Friday Sews and allowing all of us other sewists here on YouTube to spend Friday talking about what we've been sewing, what we hope to sew, and a little bit about life in general. Thank you so much, Jen, for sharing that hashtag with us. Hashtag Friday Sews videos are some of my favorite. I love watching them. I love making them. I love chatting with you guys. So if you want to find more of these type of videos, just type Hashtag Friday Sews in your YouTube search bar. And my goodness, will you find all kinds of amazing creators out there who are making Hashtag Friday Sews videos now. And you can literally spend your whole week catching up on these kinds of videos. So do go give all those other wonderful creators a look and watch their Hashtag Friday Sews videos as well. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that you will subscribe if you have not done so already. I would love to welcome you into this sewing community, and thank you so much to each one of my friends who are tuning in again today. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to spend a little bit of it with me. It really does mean so much to me. Give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. I would love to catch up with your week. What have you been sewing? What are your plans for the weekend? Do you have any fun sewing plans or otherwise? I would love to chat with you down below. It's been kind of a fun week here in my sewing room. I've accomplished two things, as you can kind of see behind me there. I will share those with you in just a second, but first I wanted to share with you what I am wearing. Me Made May is going on right now. I am reaching into the very back of my closet to the very beginning and pulling out some of the clothes that I made at the very start. So this is one of the very first things that I made. It is a shirt that actually doesn't even fit that well. I'm wearing it for the video because I love the fabric. It's kind of like one last hurrah with this shirt before I pass it on, because I don't think it's going to be sticking around. I had to get my handy dandy sewing journal out and to see what pattern that I used. So this is my sewing journal that I found on Amazon. I will link it down below. And if you've been following me for any amount of time, you'll know that I love my sewing journal. So this is the one from last year. You can see how wide it gets there with all the makes. And I turned back to the very front, you guys. Oh my goodness, it's been so long since I started. This was the very beginning of my sewing journey. Actually, this began in 2021. So this shirt right here, here's my entry for it. There's my fabric swatch, was Simplicity 8694. I'll pop a picture up of what that pattern was. Loved the pattern. I really wanted to make a shirt from this as one of my first go-arounds for a shirt, and I think I did really well. I did view B and I made a size 20, but it came up really short, and at the bottom I added kind of like a flounce to try to make it longer, to try to extend the length, and it just looked very strange on the bottom. So this shirt is a no-go. I'm not going to keep it. I am going to move this shirt on. I'm not going to keep it, so maybe someone else can get some use and wear out of it. It's beautiful fabric. The fabric is from Hobby Lobby. It has a facing that I put in, one of my very first facings. Actually, I think it was the first facing that I ever did. So it's a little sad to get rid of it because there were so many firsts with this shirt. I even went so far as to add a flounce here on the sleeves with some eyelet fabric. I don't know, maybe I can't get rid of it now that I keep talking about it. Maybe I have to keep it for nostalgic purposes, but I'm wearing it today to just, I don't know, yeah, one last time before I officially put it away. It is a really beautiful fabric and I feel very pretty in it. So let's get into what I've been making this week. So I was experiencing a little bit of a low Sewjo upon the return from California. I was out there for 10 days not sewing at all. So when I go on a journey like that away from home and I'm not sewing, when I get back, I feel a little lost. Do you ever feel that way? Do you feel like it's hard to get your feet back underneath you and to jump back on the horse? All these analogies, and get going again with your sewing. So I was experiencing a little bit of that. So what I reached for was a pattern that I love to make, easy, fast, something that's going to go together really quickly for my little girl Addie, who is 2.5. So let me grab that little dress right there and show it to you. So this is the little dress that I made for Addie June for Mother's Day lunch. I just wanted to make her something cute and new for Mother's Day, and this is what I made. This is the Dakota Dolman dress from Peekaboo Patterns. I have talked about that pattern so much on my channel. I cannot express how much I love it. It is an amazing pattern, really, really quick, easy. This is literally 3 pattern pieces. You have the front of the dress, the back of the dress, and you have a neckband. That is how easy this little dress is. Sometimes I do add a little ruffle to the sleeves. I didn't even do that this time. I just was trying to find something fast and easy to get my Sewjo back, and so I didn't even mess with gathering that little ruffle there on the sleeves. And they look super cute on her. She looks so cute. I'll pop a picture up. She is darling in this little dress. I wanted to do an inch hem a little bit deeper there than I usually do. I liked the look of this, but doing the deeper hem makes her dress even shorter, and she is just growing. So I'm gonna have to lengthen my pattern pieces. While it fits her good up here in the chest, she's just got long legs. She needs more length, so I'm gonna have to lengthen my pattern piece. But this was definitely a great way to get my Sewjo back, and I love this little dress. The fabric is an oldie. It's from Hobby Lobby way back there probably when I was buying this fabric. I was buying this one probably about the same time. It's been in my stash a really long time. I got several yards of it. I think I have like 3 yards, and I have made Addie 2 outfits now from this fabric, and I still have a ton left over. It seems like it's never going to end, but it is beautiful fabric from Hobby Lobby again, a jersey knit, and I love this little dress for Addie. And then the second thing that I finished this week is this clothespin hamper for my sister. Oh, do you guys remember when I was talking about this? It's been, what, 2 months ago? Oh, do I even admit it? How long it's been since my sister asked me for some kind of solution for hanging her clothespins out on the line. She needed some kind of bag. Hers broke. And I was looking at all kinds of like free versions, and you guys gave me some excellent suggestions yourself. You gave me some patterns. Thank you so much for that. And then we had a great debate over what these things are called. In the US, they're called clothespins. Like everywhere else in the world, I think they're called pegs. So whatever you call them, this is a clothespin carrier hamper for Deborah to take out on the line with her. I finally figured out that I have a pattern for this in my stash. This is what happens when you have so many patterns. So I was looking through my app, scrolling one day, and I discovered that within my McCall's patterns, I had a pattern for this project. How perfect. It was in my stash the whole time. So this is McCall's 6051. This pattern is from 2021. I know it's still in the books. I know it's still being sold at Joann's because I was going to buy it. And then I discovered that I actually had it. So I did View D. Let me see if I can show you there. View D is right there. It is the clothespin hamper. My goodness, look at all the things that are in this this pattern. It is very thick. It's got a ton of patterns in it, and this was really, really fun. It was 3 pattern pieces. So you had this bottom, you have a top, and then you have 1 panel piece as a back. And they want you to line it, and interfacing is optional. I did go ahead and interface it because I knew Deborah would have a lot of clothespins in here and I wanted to give it some structure. And then you bind the edges on this top piece and then the bottom piece with 1/2 inch double fold bias tape. So that is what I used there, and I am super, super happy with how this turned out. I was just really, really impressed with that pattern. I loved making this. I literally sat down and cut everything out and sewed it up together in one night after work. It was very simple. The instructions were excellent. Another McCall's pattern to add to my yes list. McCall's patterns have been such good luck for me lately. It has a really neat way of creating the hole up here for the hanger. You don't feel like the hanger's gonna slide out. It's plenty, the proportions are correct for a hanger, and I just think it's turned out really, really well. So I'm very pleased with the pattern. I'm very pleased how it's turned out, and I'm super pleased to check this one off my list and get Deborah what she actually asked for a couple months ago. So that's what I've been sewing on in my sewing room this week. It's been they were really fun projects to revamp my Sewjo, get me going again. What do you do when your Sewjo slips? Do you ever experience that? I'm sure we all have at some point where you're just not motivated to sew. How do you rekindle the fire? How do you get going again? What starts your engine again? Let me know down in the comments. I would love to know your strategies. So now I want to share with you just a few plans that I have, what's coming up hopefully in the Who's Your Handmade sewing room. I have a stack of fabric right in front of me that has been very inspiring. I have been playing with my fabric a little bit and I'm getting some inspiration and I'm getting excited to make a few new things. So let's start with a few things for Addie June. Last weekend I went to Hobby Lobby and I found a remnant bundle back in their clearance section of this cute rib knit. It's got little bumblebees on it. So I loved this little rib knit, and I know that this kind of fabric makes really great PJs for her. I just made her a new PJ set right before we went to California. But this child needs more. She is growing out of all of the PJs that she had in her drawer, like the footy pajama ones. So I want to make her some more PJs with this. Now I have beautiful coordinating rib knits, also from Hobby Lobby, that I pulled out of my stack. So here's pink and here is a mustard color that I'm gonna pair with these bumblebees to make a really cute PJ set. It's gonna be very comfortable. It's gonna be light and cool and breezy for the summer. So I'm excited to make Addie June those PJs. And then we went to Joann's over the weekend and she helped me pick out this darling dinosaur fabric. My little girl loves dinosaurs. And, you know, who am I to discourage her from loving anything? So, yes, dinosaurs might be kind of boyish, but she loves them. And we found some on some pink fabric. So Mama is real happy. So here is this cute little Pop interlock knit. We found this in the Pop apparel section at Joann's. Pop is like a brand that they carry there at Joann's. Usually they're more juvenile. They're more geared toward children, and they have some fun prints like this kind of stuff. So we found that in the Pop section. I bought a yard of it, and when I got home and I was looking at the bees, I also thought, wow, those coordinate really well as well. So I'm not real sure what this dinosaur is going to become. It can become a few things. Can become another PJ set for her with those coordinating rib knits, or I have been wanting to make her another Ellie and Mac whimsy romper. Let me put up a picture and show you here. This cute little romper I made for her last Memorial Day. Around Memorial Day, I wanted to have something for her to play in when we went camping for Memorial Day. By the way, I keep talking about Memorial Day. That's coming up next weekend. It's a U.S. holiday. It's a long weekend for us. We get Monday off. So if I keep talking about that, that's what I'm referring to. Sorry. So I usually go camping over Memorial Day, and I made her this a cute little whimsy romper last year, and I've just been thinking about that again. So I'm not real sure what the dino is going to become, or it could be both. I have a yard of it. I could probably get both of those things out of there, but that is some plans for Addie June. For myself, I just can't get this dress out of my mind. I shared it during my pattern haul this week that I put up on Tuesday, the Kinjarling dress by Waves and Wild. I am obsessed with this pattern. I can't get it out of my mind. I really, really want to make it. So I picked up some fabric over the weekend for a Kinjarling dress. This is a Swiss dot. Let's see if I can show you a little easier. This is a Swiss dot fabric from Hobby Lobby. I purchased it just last weekend during their 40% off sale. I have 4 yards of it here, plus I think there's another yard of it somewhere in my stash. From what I noticed, Hobby Lobby brought a lot of fabrics back this spring that I had already seen. I've seen several of their fabrics already that's in their spring collection, so I do have a yard of this somewhere that I got as a remnant. It's in my stash somewhere, but I love this fabric. I think it would make a beautiful Kinjarling dress, so I'm really excited to use this fabric for that Kinjarling dress. This fabric was a random find in the clearance section of Joann's. I was in Joann's over the weekend, and they have redone their clearance sections. Anybody else notice that? Instead of having like the dots that say blue is 50% off or green is 60, and then they have the coordinating colored dot on the bolts of fabric, now they literally give you a dollar amount on the ends of bolts of fabric, which I personally like better. I like seeing a dollar amount in front of me. There's just something about seeing a dollar amount that helps me make up my decision, yay or nay. And I saw this linen. It is a beautiful linen, lyocell linen, I think is actually what it's called. They had just 2 yards left on the bolt. I went ahead and got it all, and I think it screams summer. It screams popsicles and ice cream to me, and I would like some kind of boxy shirt to make this out of. So I pulled out this pattern. This is the Sewjo 7 Remy Raglan. I have not made this pattern before, but it is in my stash and I would love to give it a try. And I adore a raglan sleeve on myself. I love that design. So this definitely gives me boxy kind of shirt feels. I think linen would be a really great fabric for this shirt. So I'm gonna hope to pull off this Remy Raglan in this really pretty striped fabric. We shall see. And those are my upcoming plans, so I hope to get some of those done before we go away on our camping trip for Memorial Day, but I'll get done what I can get done. So it's just fun to have plans. It's motivating. It puts a spark back into me to get back into my sewing room and have some fun in here. As far as life, the house is coming along. More and more is happening every day. It's shaping up into a home, what looks like a home to us, and we are just so blessed and so thankful, making progress toward that finish line, and we're very, very blessed. Okay, that's gonna do it for me today. Like I said, comment down below, let me know what you've worked on this week or what your plans are for the weekend. Doesn't have to be about sewing. I just love chatting with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.